Hi guys, how are you? My name is Bibi and today we're going to be discussing the third eye, also known as the pineal gland, and October's full moon. Now I'm going to give it a few seconds and let people join. Burn some sage in the meantime. Hey Christina, hey Zoe. Oh, how are you guys today? I'm actually really excited. For those watching that are going to want to participate, you're going to need a candle today. Preferably red or white, but if you don't have a white or red candle, any candle will do. I'll explain in just a few minutes as we give everybody a chance to tune in. I am not doing readings right now. Readings are going to be at 7 p.m. If you read the title above, today is where it's Wednesday, and we're going to be doing our witchy talk right now, where we will be discussing the pineal gland, also known as the third eye, and we're also going to be discussing this month's full moon. Okay? Thank you, Crystal, for sharing. So, how you guys been? I'm finally back. I missed the whole week. Christine, I'm not doing readings right now. Come back to me at 7 p.m. when I go live for those, okay? Hey, Gloria. Hey, Tiffany. Hey guys, also invite your friends, tag them, tell them to come over, share it so that other people can watch this video. Today's witchy talk. I try to go live every Wednesday. Next Wednesday is actually going to be Halloween, so I might do witchy talk, but I don't know if I'm going to do readings because we're going to be having some fun. Trick-or-treating. Hey David, welcome. Oh man, I should have brought on some of my other stones, because I do have some of the stones I'm going to be talking about, but I didn't grab them. Alright. I'm feeling so much better, and I'm so soaked and excited because there's tons of full moons throughout the year, but this full moon is the most important for me. And so I'm definitely want to include you guys in this. Let me get some gum. So this time I ate, I rested, I took a walk, and you know, just took in nature. I see someone wants to join the live. Okay. So if you guys want to join me as a dual screen, I'm completely cool with that, as long as you want to discuss and give your experience and your knowledge on either the full moon of October or the third eye. Okay? All right. We have at least 11, 12 people watching. So I want to start with saying that as I was researching the third eye, I literally came up with 3 pages and more. Tons of videos. I hope you guys had a chance to watch the videos that I shared earlier. Those kind of introduced you, gave you some fun facts, and gave you lots of information. As you wonder, is a YouTube channel. They're phenomenal. Their context is very well researched. And yeah, so I shared their videos on the third eye, and hopefully you guys got a chance to watch those. And now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do 2 things with I'm going to discuss the full moon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you what I have on paper as far as what October moon represents. And then from there, I'm actually going to tell you what it means to me, how it presents itself in my life, and what I do to take part into it. And again, if you're not just tuning in, if you want to participate in our activity that I'm about to explain for the full moon, please do grab a candle and a lighter, preferably red, but any candle would do. All right. Welcome, Darlene. Hey, Richard, welcome. Janet, Raven. So glad you guys are here with me. Okay, so let's get to this, okay? And then I'm going to open it for questions after this. And you guys can ask anything you want to know about witchcraft, paganism, Wicca, anything in the spiritual realm. All right? Hey, Lisa. Welcome, Lisa. We're having a witchy talk. We're going to be discussing the pineal gland, third eye, and we're going to also be discussing the full moon, which is what we're getting right into right now. Okay. Gone, be gone. Okay, ready? Okay, so this says, October's moon is known as the blood moon, also known as the harvest moon. The blood moon gets her name from the fact that she rises to the fullness during the opening months of hunting seasons everywhere. While in ancient times, hunting was necessary to feed families, this is no longer the case. Still, it is a sacred ritual for many people. As hunters, we take full responsibility for the life we harvest. We not only eat the meat, but just as our ancestors before us, make swift use of the animal's other's gift, giving it an immortality it may not otherwise have. During this moon, give thanks to the animals who gave their lives that yours might continue. Include the world of fruits and vegetables as well, for make no mistake, each time one is plucked from the vine to feed you, its life is cut short too. Then give some thought to how you might immortalize these wonderful, caring creatures in your magic. Apple seeds for love charms, lemon rinds for protection magic, and small bones used in efforts of strength and power can really boost results. Okay, so here's some ideas on how to celebrate. It says, blood moon ideas: wear shades of red wine and have red wine and scarlet to commemorate the lives lost that you might live. Use red candles and burn full moon incense. They have different recipes you can use. You can also, it says, alternately burn a spicy incense such as cinnamon, nutmeg, or ginger. Decorate the altar with animal pictures, autumn leaves, Indian corn, apples, and pumpkins. Serve red apple cider. Just add a little food coloring or red wine and ginger snaps for libation. Light a red 7-day candle in thanksgiving to the animals, then plant swirls, then place it in a window. Invite any departed creatures to visit, saying something like, I light this candle in thanksgiving for the part you've played in my everyday living. Please come to visit and be my guest until this flame subsides in rest. And teach me that which I should know until the time comes for you to go. And when it does, I beg you rest in peace and quiet till your next quest. It gives suggestions that if you have pets, invite them into the circle, give them a special treat and an extra dose of attention. Let them know how much you love them and how much their love for you enriches your life. If you don't have pets, make plans to visit your local shelter, play with the animals there, and bring a little joy into their lives. So those are some ideas, and to celebrate and what the full moon in October represents. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the other moons. Well, I won't tell you about them, but I'm just going to mention them for future reference. So in January, we normally have either the wolf moon or the storm moon, or both, depending. Sometimes the wolf moon is in December. It just depends on, you know, the moon cycles. February, we have Chast. March is Seed. April is Hare. May is Diet. June is Mead or Honey. July is Wort. August is Barley. September is Harvest. October is Blood Moon. And November is Snow. And then December is Cold or Wolf Moon. And based on the different traditions, they have different names. So like the Native Americans will have different names. Those are like the common names for the Wiccan Celtic tradition. And, you know, just in general, there's names for the full moon depending on the traditions followed. But now I want to talk a little bit about me. Why is this important to me? So, if you guys are just now tuning in, don't forget to go get your candle if you want to participate. This is my red candle. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be charging it together. And we're going to be lighting it and doing our own personal thank you to the animals that have passed so that we may eat, and the plants as well. So basically, for the sacrifice of life of others for us to have. So this is gonna be mine. Go get yours. I'm sure you have a candle somewhere. It's hurricane season, so everybody should have a candle of some sort. So why is this so important to me? I've been a vegetarian now for about 2 years. And Thanksgiving will make 2 years of me being a vegetarian. And the least I felt that I could offer is a thank you. I mean, I felt so bad because I wanted to be a vegetarian. I didn't want to eat meat. I didn't, you know, I felt for the animals, but I just couldn't. I didn't even know how to eat anything. All I knew to eat was rice, beans, and meat. That's it. That was like my entire meal every day of my life. No variation to that. So it took me a while to even get to where I'm at now. And the thing with it was, when this full moon came around, it was like this was my chance to make sure that I showed honor and appreciation for those animals. And while it is also focused around the plants and things like that, I leave that focus to the harvest moon, because that's when you're gathering all your grains and things like that. But historically, this is a time where they hunted animals, right? And so when they would gather their animals that they have hunted, they would, you know, do different things to honor them. They would have like rituals, and they would like do the bonfires and sing and praise. And so I felt that it just matched who I was and how I felt to do this for them as well. So this particular candle has already been charged. I had my son do it. I had my daughter do it. My boyfriend do it. And now with you guys, I will do it. Christine, I don't know if you cannot hear me, sweetheart, but I'm not doing readings at this moment. Come back at 7 and I can do a reading for you. Right now, we're doing this fun stuff. All right. So, now that I'm a vegetarian and I'm not eating meat, it's still equally as important, because my kids still eat meat. My boyfriend still eats meat. So I still have to buy it. I still have to, you know, prepare it. And even though when I'm preparing the meat, I'm blessing it and I'm charging it and I'm, you know, asking for forgiveness, and I'm, in addition, you know, being grateful for it. Say my kids and my boyfriend decided to become vegetarian, I would probably still do this, because there's so many people on the earth that don't, and not everybody on the earth cares about the life of animals. They feel that they're an animal, so they're less than. They don't feel, they don't understand, they don't know, and that's so very untrue. So yeah, I do this, and this is very important to me because of that. So I'm going to take a minute and read some of the comments and see if you guys have gotten your candles. If you gotten your candles, let me know. Say, yes, I got my candle. Give me some thumbs up, some likes, something to let me know that you guys have gotten your candle. And then we're going to go ahead and put our intentions and charge it and burn our candle in honor of the meat of the animals that are passing away so that we can eat. So yeah, let's see. Oh, Haley got her candle. Yes, Gloria has her candle. This is so exciting, guys. I love the fact that I'm able to share this with you guys. It means so much to me because I'm a solitary witch, and so I don't really get much interaction. My best friend and I do things together, but obviously because we don't live in the same house, we don't get a chance to do everything together. Tiffany got hers too. So this is for me like my own little community, my own little family, and I love you guys, and I'm so excited. So let's see who else. Hey, Natalie. Hey, if you haven't gotten your candle, go get your candle so we can do our prayer and thanks. All right. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Who else got their candle? Who else got their candle? Haley says, my son tried to touch my candle. Had to teach him it's hot. Yeah, they learn that the hard way sometimes. Oh my God, guys, you know what happened to me this morning? I was trying to be quick, so I turned on both stovetops and cooked my son's breakfast in one and my daughter's breakfast in the other. I finished my daughter's breakfast and I took the pan off and I fed her. I finished my son's and I put his plate on top of the other stove. I melted the plate. I melted the food, had melted waxed plate on it. It was a disaster. It was. So yeah, you know, life happens. But yeah, fire, hot fire burn. Hey Candy, how are you? Hey Dominique. I see. Okay. Anybody else getting their candles? Ooh, Sherry says, hey BB, wait, I need to get my candle. All right, I'm waiting. Hey Paul, I'm actually doing really good and I'm having a great day and I'm very excited, and I am sharing this special moment with you guys. This morning when I was, I did the ritual with the kids in the morning, and I took the kids late to school because we were doing the ritual. And so when I get to the school asked me, what's the reason your child is late today? And I'm like, I didn't know how to even explain this. Oh yeah, so we're celebrating a full moon in the morning. And so I was like, religious. I just left it at that. Let's just say it's religious purposes. Because, you know, how else do you explain it to people without getting into in-depth conversation? Look, I got my hair all over the place. I actually didn't even brush my hair. I literally put conditioner and just like, and then now I'll wash it afterwards. Okay, so Sherry got her candle. Anybody else getting their candle? I want to wait. I want to make sure everybody got their candle so we can go ahead and start doing our chanting and charging. It's okay. If you can't light it, at least you can charge it. And then when you get an opportunity tonight someplace, you can go ahead and light it. So after this, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started talking about the third eye and also known as the pineal gland. I have so much information to give you guys about the third eye. I'm so excited. I'm going to be telling you guys what to avoid, what to take. I'm going to explain to you what it is, what its uses are, why it's important, all these things. All right. Nelly got hers too. Okay. Oh, and also let me know if you guys have a particular topic that you guys want to talk about. Next week, I know that I'm already going to want to talk about intention and the power of our intention and using that into water. So I'm going to be sharing an Edge of Wonder video about water. Tons of fun facts there, and very well researched. And I'm going to say how in the witchy world, I use those same scientific findings. Hey, Alvin. Okay. Yes, totally safe. All we're doing is adding our intentions into it. And then we're going to light it in honor of the lives of the animals that have passed. So, yeah, don't worry about it, okay? Nothing that we're doing is gonna harm anyone. This is all good love being shared. All right. Hey, Lauren, welcome. Yes, the ritual is safe, baby. It says safe, baby. Yes, the ritual is safe, Paul. No hunting, no nothing. Think of it as a prayer, but instead of a prayer, we're doing a thank you. Think of it as a thank you note, but with our energies rather than just writing it with a piece of paper. Hey, Dee Dee. Welcome, girl. Are you gonna do the candle with us, where we're charging our candle with our intentions and lighting it in honor of this October full moon? So for those that are just now joining, the October full moon is the blood moon, also known as the hunter's moon. And this is the moon where we honor the lives that have passed so that we may eat. So we're speaking specifically about animals. You can also include plants and fruits in that. But I figure for me, I focus this moon on the animals. All right. Okay. So hopefully everybody's got their candle and we're going to get started. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, however you have your candle, it doesn't matter how you hold it, as far as like 2 hands, 1 hand, but this is how I like to do it. I like to place the candles on both my palm. So I hold top and bottom. And then I just take a few deep breaths to center myself. And for this purpose, I'm going to focus on being grateful. Yes, Candy, any candle would work. Okay, because the important part here is your intentions and your emotions. That's the important part here. You know, when you're giving, it's kind of like when you're giving a gift, it's the thought that counts. Kind of like that. It's how we feel and what we're trying to do with this that's going to matter, not so much of whether the candle's red or green or blue. I liked red because for me it's a symbolism of the blood that's shed, so I connect with it that way, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, all right, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and start by shutting me up. Okay, and taking a few deep breaths. I'm gonna burn a little more sage here, just to kind of calm me down, because I'm just so excited, and I'm so excited you guys are doing this with me. Woo woo. Sorry, but I get so excited. I'm gonna sage it. Unnecessary to sage it, but again, it's your intentions. At this moment, what you can be doing is visualizing energy around, as if it was a smoke, around your candle, whether it has glass or not. Visualize it cleansing away the energies of whoever had the candle prior to you, from it being at the store, switched by people, you know. So I'm doing it with sage, but you can do it with simply visualizing with your own mind. Okay. Again, remember, you're the most important tool here. All right, so grab your candle, take a few deep breaths, and just focus on being grateful. Being grateful for the lives that allowed you to be able to eat. I'm going to say a little prayer out loud, and I'm going to say a little prayer out loud. You guys can repeat it in your mind if you like, or say your own. I'm charging this candle in honor of all the animals around the world, for all the blood that has been shed by those that have passed. I am grateful for your sacrifice, whether it has been imposed on you, or whether you freely gave it. If not for you, many would not survive. And I am eternally grateful for the role that you play on this earth. I want you to know that I know that you will have equal value, and that your soul is more than just an animal, that you're much more than what meets the eye. I understand that your life has been taken, and that none of us have really wished for our life to be taken from us. But I also know that on a soul level, you understood that this was what you came in this life to do. So I light this candle in honor of you. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you a million times. By the powers invested in me, by the powers that may be, so mote it be. Mwah! Alright guys, I did mine. I'm not sure if you guys did yours. Let me know if you guys finished yours. Whenever you're finished, I'll be quiet. Awesome, Dee Dee. Christina. Sherry's done. Candy. Gloria. Oh gosh, guys. You have no idea how happy I am right now. Like, so happy, like I can cry. I'm so happy. this is just so amazing. And I hope it felt as good to you as it has for me. You know, it's like, I feel like it's the least I can do, you know? It's the least I can do. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Okay. If it would be up to me, we would all be vegetarians, you know? But that's not how it really is. So at least we can let them know that they're valued. All right, guys. So let's light our candles. So awesome. Oh, I'm glad, Berlin. All right, so I'm gonna go put this on my altar with my ancestors. Actually, I don't think you guys can tell, but I have a cat, and my cat likes to, well, like any cat, hunt. So either the animals or lizards or froggies or things like that my cat hunts, they either end up buried with a little funeral in my backyard, or they end up in my altar. One day my kid said to me, you know, Mom, what's next? We're gonna have a raccoon on there, you know? So let me actually show you guys. Let me see if I can show you. Turn it around. And so right now I actually have a butterfly and I have a froggy. I hope this doesn't creep you guys out. But these are, you know, little critters that my cat decided that he should hunt. And, you know, I can't get mad at him. He's a cat. So to kind of honor their life in some way, I either bury them outside as if they're people would do with a person, or they end up in my altar. So, all right, guys. I know all cats do it, you know. Late today, he was like after a bird. Oh my God, the day he brings me a bird, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm like, no, don't kill the bird. How would you like it? Yeah, I'm gonna get all emotional. So I hope he never brings me a bird. Hopefully the bird continues to be faster than him. Oh, guys. Wow. Okay. So that was amazing. At least for me. And one last thing before we start with the third eye pineal gland talk. One more thing I wanted to actually discuss was when I said the power invested in me and the powers that may be, so mote be, blessed be, what I was doing was I was drawing all the energy from within my heart and within myself, and I was envisioning it travel through my arms into the candle. And I just kept saying, I just kept putting that gratitude. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm sending you so much love. And that's what I was doing. And I wanted to let you guys know what was going on in that moment for those that are, you know, just watching me and going, I wonder what this is all about. Yeah, me too. I cried a little too. Even my friends say I'm trying to learn the ability to receive a purpose. The ability to receive a purpose. Oh my God, Christine. Christine doesn't hear me. Christine, not doing readings. No readings. Readings will be at 7. what power meditation carries. I know some people that do it. Yes, meditation is, it does definitely make such a huge impact. Paul also says fire is good because based on the power it has, it can burn bad memories away. I actually use fire for a lot of things. Actually, today I was using fire to release. I needed to release something emotional, and so I wrote on a piece of paper like how I felt about the situation, and I just wrote, and then once I felt like I wrote everything I felt, I burned it in my cauldron. Actually, it's still in my cauldron because I just did it. See my ashes? Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them. So, and then I was like, I release you. I let you go. If you don't serve me, I let you go. Hi, Chris. How are you? What happened? We were talking about the full moon of October. I discussed what it represents to me, why is it important. We did a charging and enchanting of a candle in honor of the animals that have passed so that we may live. And now, hey Eric, welcome. We're actually going to start discussing the third eye. So guys, this is a community type of conversation. So I'm going to tell you what I've learned, and I would love to hear from you guys. Give me your feedback on the things that you know, your experience. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I am claiming to be in this field for 19 years, and I'm sharing my experience, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your personal experiences. So if you want to discuss it on a dual screen with me, just send me a request, and I'll add you so we can be split screen, and you guys can give your feedback too, okay? Because yeah, this is all of us together, okay? All right, so pineal gland, the third eye. So have you guys heard of it before? Have you guys had any research on it? What do you guys know? Do you guys have any feedback on that? Just give me at least a yes or no as far as like, are you familiarized with what the third eye is? Have you heard about it? Is this the couch auction? No, Patty, no couch auction. We are not talking about couches. We are talking about the pineal gland and the third eye. Hey, James. Welcome. Tito. Hello. So Gloria has been, has heard of it. Sue says, no. So some people haven't. Haley says she has. Paul says the ability to foresee things. Crystal says yes. Eric says, you know, the fluoride that they put in the water. Oh, it's not letting me see any more of that message. Sue says, I heard about it. Chris says, pineal gland is powerful. Then, oh, okay. Eric says that no, the fluoride they put in the water blocks it. We're actually going to be discussing that. Heard and listened about it. Perfect. Okay, so we have some people who have heard about it, some people who haven't. I'm sure some know more than others. I've actually, to come into this topic, to be completely honest, I had to do a lot of research. Because I'm all out of whack when it comes to it. It's like I'll focus so much at opening my third eye, and then I like totally neglect my my root chakra, and then I'm like trying to like balance and go back and forth and trying to figure it out. You know, as a psychic doing psychic work, it just like you start to feel like, oh, I got to be able to transmit the information. I have to be here. I have to be here, and then you're there so much that you start having physical health issues and all kinds of other stuff going on because you're not balanced. So yeah, this is a journey for myself as well. So here it is. Let's get to it. Okay, guys? All right. So what is the pineal gland? I actually have some information that I thought was very interesting. I want to start with the scientific portion of it. Okay, so let me see, where is it? Okay, so the pineal gland is also known as your third eye. I will explain why it's known as your third eye very soon. Okay, it is basically in around the center of the brain. I believe it's like closer towards the like right about here, more towards the back, but like in the center. It is the gland that produces melatonin and serotonin. So melatonin is what helps us sleep, and serotonin is like our happy hormone, our happy neurotransmitters. And so they balance the wake and sleep cycle. It is also, it plays a huge role on how we feel and what our mood is like. It is theorized that that our pineal gland actually produces DMT, because what they've done as far as studies go, they the DMT is like crystals. When you, like, I guess when you hit them, they produce like all these different colors. And DMT is a hallucinogen drug, by the way. And so when in the pineal gland, they have these little crystals that also, when they hit, they also cause that same spark. Very much like when you're like lighting, like, you know, when I do this, that is for like the little crystals hitting, and it's causing that. So that fire, that different lights, that's all happening in the pineal gland. So the other thing I wanted to mention with that, so now I'm going to get, why is it also called the third eye? Okay, so we talked about the pineal gland. Oh, it's the name it's given, pineal gland, is because it's in the shape of a pine cone, and it's a gland. So you put it together, and they called it the pineal gland. Here's some more scientific information about it, and then we're gonna get right into the spiritual side of it. So, the pineal gland is covered by pinealocytes. It's covered by this tissue, named that, and it has similar to the rods and cones in the actual physical eyes that we have, the same type. Okay, it also has the same tissue and the same wiring that connects it to the visual cortex of the brain, the same way that our physical eyes do. So it's literally like our brain has an actual third eye, because it has all the same structure as our actual eyes. So that is where it came from for as far as like the third eye, and that's why it was called the pineal gland. And so now I'm gonna read some of your comments, and after I read some of your comments, I'm gonna go into some of the different history, a little history, just a tiny bit of like how it's portrayed in different paths, and then I'm gonna go ahead and help you guys learn about what to use, what to avoid, all that stuff. And again, this is a conversation, guys, so please feel free to join me and participate, whether it's through messaging right here on the live, commenting, or if it's through split screen. Okay, all right, so let's say, so Berlin says, my twin princess say hello. Aw, hi girls. I'm new in BB's hideout. Hi Soli. Hi Dennis. So Eric says, I'm sorry I have to go. Thank you for all the information you share and the light you shine. Have a great day. Aw, you too, Eric. Come back and watch the rest if you get a chance to. Sherry says depression. Paul and Haley says, Paul and I want classes here. I actually teach classes privately. If you guys are interested, you guys can private message me. Israel says hello. Chris says, I teach a series. Oh, you do, Chris? I would love for you join me. Talk about your series and what you teach. Send me a request so I can add you and you can tell people about it. I do have classes, so yeah, if you guys are interested, we can set something up. But I do those privately because I do one-on-one. Chris says, I do chakra classes. Chris, send me the request. I would love to add you to the screen so you can talk about it. Don't be shy. Elena says, Lord help me, this moon has been down. I'm Aries Taurus, so it's been Aries moon now. This it has me down. Oh, that's not bueno. I know when the retrograde began, I was like, oh, stupid retrograde. It's like I feel it before I even know it's a retrograde. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? It's like, oh, did you know it's a retrograde? Stupid Mercury. I'm sure everyone feels that way. Once they find out it's Mercury retrograding again, we're all like, oh, why? Why? Anyway, so I'll go back to this for now. So some of the different paths and its connections, okay? So in ancient Greece, they felt that the pineal gland was the connection to the realm of thoughts. In the Buddhism, is a symbol of spiritual awakening. In Hinduism, it's known as the third chakra, and it's intuition and clairvoyancy. And I don't remember exactly what the Jesus said, but he said something along the lines of basically that your third says that the lamp of the body is the eye, and if the eye is cleansed, then you can see clearly. But I got to learn more about that because I don't know anything about it. I'm just telling you what I heard when it comes to that one. Yeah. Okay. So, you guys ready to take some notes? Get some paper, get a pen, get paper, pencil, something to write with. Here are some little, well, lots of information for you guys, okay? Yeah, so once you guys get some paper, something to write with, say yes, 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 and I'm gonna get started so we can start discussing this. Meanwhile, let me read these last two messages. So Gloria says, I was wondering during the awakening, can your pineal gland cause you to have migraines? Yes. And I wouldn't say your pineal gland. I would just say that during awakening, it has been known that it's one of the symptoms that comes, and not just migraines, all kinds of stuff. Like we just feel totally out of whack sometimes, and we don't even understand why. There's no real reason, but we feel fatigued. It's like our body is detoxifying. So it is, all these symptoms happen, and migraines is one of those symptoms. So I wouldn't say the pineal gland, but I would say for the awakening, yeah. Okay. Welcome, Dennis. Paul says, can I third eye detect suspicions of danger and alert signals to calm our emotions so they don't get damaged too much? Can a third eye detect suspicions of danger and alert signals to calm our emotions? Okay, so the third eye can detect the suspicions of danger, but what it tends to do is send the chemicals out that there is danger so that you are protective of yourself. Rather than calm you, it will put you in protective mode. Paul says maybe you want to give feedback to my poem sometime. Send it to me or tag me on it. so I can see it. Haley says yes. Elena says yes. Sue says yes. Candy, Gloria. Okay, we got people with their pens and paper. Do I need to wait for anyone else? Are we ready? Because this is a lot of information. Okay, so now we're going to discuss what calcifies our pineal gland, and what foods to take, what herbs, oils, the stones, like things that you can do to open up your third eye. Okay, so it's a lot of information. So I want to make sure everybody has something to write with before we get into it, so that yeah, if not, it's gonna pass you by. But then again, you can always, you know, replay this video and go back and watch it. I really, you know what, let me get a moment. Enjoy the music. I'm gonna look at my stones real quick while I let people get their paper and pen. If you have a bad memory, Paul, make sure to get something to write with. And meanwhile, you guys enjoy the music and relax. I'm gonna see about getting some of these stones. Okay? Oh no. Google! Google. Hey, Google. Continue. Okay. All right. Give me 1 minute. I got one, I got two. Okay, got 2 stones. Over here. There we go. All right, so I didn't get them all, but I got some. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. Okay, I probably, you guys were probably hearing the, it was me going through my container of stones. Okay, so let's move the music. Hey Google, you can continue. Okay, so.
Can you try again?
It's lost. Hey Google, can you continue? All right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to discuss, as far as the pineal gland, the third eye. We're going to discuss the different stones that help open up your third eye. Okay, so let me see what messages I missed, and let's get started. All right, so let's see. Oh man, I missed a lot. Kate says yes. Okay, here's where I left off. Maybe you can send me information if you can. Ooh, I'll try, but you really should take notes. I mean, the video is up, so you can always rewatch it. Okay, Robert says that's thumbs up was the bee's knees. Thanks, Robert. All right, Paul says, what are we gonna write? That reminds me of being in school. You're gonna take notes. You don't have to, but you could. It's homework. Paul, that's right. Candy says it's homework. Hey, Charlie. All right. It's energizing therapy once in a while. Sue says, I love learning new things, and we will definitely learn a lot. This is so cool information. Paul says, I love learning too. If my brain could become more tolerant in memorizing things. You know, as long as you write it down somewhere or screenshot it, don't worry about memorizing. You will learn it through practice. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so the third eye, pineal gland, the stones. So sodalite. So I have two different sodalites, and I want to show you guys what they looks like. So this is sodalite. Sometimes it comes a lot more blue than this, like this one. I know it's kind of, I'm trying to see, no, it's not gonna work. Hey, I'm trying to get it to not be shaky so you can see it. Okay, so sodalite helps with mental clarity. And the way that they were saying to use it is like when you're meditating, to literally, as you lay down, you're meditating, and you place it like right right there, and you just leave it there, and that it helps with that. I haven't used this one yet. I actually haven't. I'll show you the ones I have used. Okay, then we have, oh, it says it brings mental clarity and brings in calmness and releases old energy. I think we all need that. All right, so I'm going to mention a few others that I don't have, but I will show you the ones I do. Abradotai. I know, weird, right? Abradotai. I can't say it. Well, it came up in like two different research. Abrodite. So that's also stone. Lapis lazuli, I have that. Lapis lazuli is one of my favorite stones. And I have it in my pendulum. I have it in necklace. I wear it in earrings. And now I learned that it's also good for the third eye. And it just helps with increasing the intuition. I'm sure it does a lot more, but that's how I use it. Okay. Then they have moldavite, which I have, but it's in a necklace and not here. Moldavite is very expensive. It's like a green rock stone, and it's actually not from Earth. So I forget exactly how it ended up here. I think some asteroid or something. But that's also known to be good. That was moldavite. Tanzanite. They have kyanite and iolite. They have blue iolite and they have black iolite, and this is my iolite. I know it looks like a rock, but that's what that is. You can also use crystal quartz, amethyst. This is my amethyst. Amethysts are normally just purple. Okay. This is also amethyst. This is purple. I know I don't look like it, but it is. Okay. Moonstone. I have my moonstone. I have it in my pendulum. It's a very pearly looking stone. They also have it where it looks more like this. It has a touch of okay, Michelle, if it got shared there, I do apologize, but I cannot change that at the moment. I will delete it from there if it bothers you after the fact. No problem. Okay. Let's see. We also have, okay, this one's interesting. It's a Herkimer diamond. But who's gonna have that, right? So, I know some of these are very inexpensive. Lapis lazuli, the sodalite, moonstones. Those are easy to find and inexpensive. The moldavite is quite expensive, just so you guys know. Alrighty. So those are the stones, and those are the stones that I have here. And before I move on, what do you guys think about those stones? What do you are you familiar with any of them? Do you like any of them? I particularly, the ones I use the most is my lapis lazuli and my moonstone. I mean, I guess you can tell because the two that I have pendulums with, they're my favorite as far as those stones go. Selenite is my newest favorite. I feel like I can connect so well with the selenite. I love selenite. Now that I've discovered it, every time I do a reading, I have to have it. So, Haley says, don't let that ruin the good vibes. Oh no, I mean, what can I do? You know, I'm on a phone. I can't go and delete it from there. I agree that if it's not supposed to be there, it's not part of the list that I share it on. So if someone did share it there, I appreciate the effort. And if, you know, for whatever reason people don't like it, I can't change it at the moment. So yeah. All right. Brenda says that's nice. Is that what it says? Oh, yeah, Diana, is Labradorite. I thought that was a 1. I put the L, but it looked like a 1 because I didn't put it right next to the A. Okay, guys, sorry. Diana has it right. Labradorite. All right. Chris says, yep, for sure. The full moon tonight is so good night to charge your stones and crystals. Yeah, guys. So here's a few ways I charge my crystals. Full moon, the sun, burying them in the earth, and depending on the crystal, in the water, like the ocean. Like I actually take all my stones, well, not all my stones, but a good portion of my stones, and I put them in a bag, and then I dip the bag in the water. And actually, this is the bag I use. So I put them all in here, and I close it like this, and I twist it so that the water can get in. But this is cloth. The water can get in, but the stones can come out. And I dip it in, and then while it's in the water, I pray and I charge, and I ask the gods of the ocean. I ask the gods of the ocean. I pray to the elements, elementals, to cleanse. And I normally like to do that during full moon, so it's like a full experience. I love it. because they always end up with salt, sand in them and stuff. And I like that. I don't clean that off. I just let it be a mess in my thing. Okay, Kendra, thank you for having it deleted. Bye. All right. Faith, Courtney, I have all those, but the Herkimer. Okay. Chris, love the ocean idea. Diana says, you can set them in the rain also. Oh, I haven't done that. Setting them in the rain? I set me in the rain, but I don't set my stones in the rain. What happens after you charge them? After you charge them, basically what has happened is that they have absorbed the energy of, the ocean or of the sun or of the moon or of the earth, the water. They have absorbed this energy, and so now when you use them, they're fully charged and helping you, giving you that same energy that they have absorbed. So it's like they hold it for you, and then it shares it with you when you're holding it and when you're keeping it on you. So let's see. Hey Key, welcome. I do read people, but I'm not doing that now. I do that at 7 p.m. So if you want a reading, come back around 7 p.m. Oh, you know what? This is supposed to be for next week's subject, but because it's a full moon, I'm going to like talk very tiny bit about it, and then we'll discuss more about it. You know what, guys, what I do? Water holds memory. I'll share the video later to explain in detail. But water holds memory. So what I do is I charge the water with my intention of what I want it to do for me. I cleanse it and I re-energize it with the intent that I wish to have it impact me. And I do this not with one bottle. Like I literally grab 6, 7, 8 bottles and I put it under the full moon. And I leave it overnight, and I just make sure to get it first thing in the morning. And then I put it aside, separate from my other waters. And I drink them specifically for, so then it's called moon charged water. And I use it specifically for my readings. I use it for health. I use it for my altars, for the gods, as you know, as a gift. I use it in all kinds of ways. So just since it's a full moon, I figured I'd put some information out there on it, but I normally do this. I will be talking about it next week. All right. Are you guys ready to move on to the next thing? We're going to be talking about oils. So this one I didn't find a lot of information on. So I'm going to give you really quick, and if you guys have some information on it, please share it. I like to hold each bottle, but I don't see why you would have to. The reason why I hold each bottle is because it's like I mentioned earlier, I connect through my palms. That's how I connect. So for me, it's a matter of passing my energy from within my heart and my body out through my arms, out to my hands. And that's how I do it. But that's how I do it. That doesn't mean that's how you have to do it. If you want to envision the energy around the entire section and it being absorbed, I don't see why you can't do that. Especially if you're like wanting to do a case of 24. Yeah, that's how I do it. And I separate them because I have them for different intents. Like I want this one for this, and I have this one for that, and depending on what it is. All right, so here are some of the oils that I've discovered. Okay, so frankincense, juniper, rosemary, patchouli, and lavender. The most common one, the one that kept being repeated, was rosemary. Rosemary came out in the herbs, in the food, in the oils. So it seems that rosemary is a big one when it comes to opening our third eye. Again, I'll mention those slower so you guys can take notes if you want. Some of the oils that you can use are frankincense, juniper, rosemary, patchouli, and lavender. And I did hear about somebody who literally puts 1 drop of each of these oils together in a diffuser. So it's like 1 drop of frankincense, 1 drop of juniper. I think it was 3 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of patchouli, and 3 drops of lavender. 3 or 2 drops, but it was something like that. Yes. And they put that in a diffuser, and they use that when they meditate. So that's an idea if you guys want to do that. I use frankincense and lavender. Those are the 2 that help me connect. So, and of course, you guys know my Palo Santo, and also my sage. Those are like a must for me. But in here, for example, I actually have lavender and orange. Lavender and orange. And it just makes me feel more clear. Like the citrus makes me feel like I'm more opened, and the lavender calms me down. And I use that when I'm gonna go live and do readings. So that's something that I use to help me with my third eye opening. Dee Dee says, I love the colors. I don't know. The room? Not sure. Oh, something else I didn't mention about the stones. Something I realized when watching this, most of the stones that they said that were good for the third eye opening were either a blue violet or blue. Mainly blue. Example, sodalite's mainly blue. Lapis lazuli is mainly blue. A few of the others that I saw were mainly blue. So I'm pretty sure that has something to do with blue or violet being the third chakra color. I think it's violet. Do you guys have any questions so far about that before I move on to the foods? Brenda says, may I ask you what you do in this group? Okay. Brenda, in this group, I do all kinds of stuff. Right now, I do Witchy Talk, which is every week there's a different subject. This week, we're doing the third eye and the pineal gland and the October moon. Last week, I was sick, but the week before that, I don't remember. But basically, we discuss different subjects. We discuss paganism, Wicca, witchcraft. We discuss spiritualism. We discuss, basically, people just ask questions in general, and we just answer them. I can answer them. If you guys have knowledge on it, you guys can answer them. This is about all of us being together. So it's not about just me pretending to be some kind of expert. I share what I have learned through experience, through wisdom, and also through research. And if you guys have more information on it to share, I always welcome it, because this is what I want it to be, like a community. I'm also going to eventually start a series on herbs, where I'm going to discuss a specific herb, and then we'll talk about its magical and medicinal purposes. So I'm going to be doing that. We also do live readings at 7. We do prayers like together. So and as of right now, I do this only on Wednesdays, but eventually I'm going to expand again, and I'm going to go back to doing it 2 or 3 times a week. It just depends on the demand. Okay, so let me see what else. Did I miss anybody else here? Okay. Laura says, I haven't seen you for a long time. I was sick last week. So yeah. Oh, and next week is Halloween. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'll probably just do videos and go live sharing like what we do for Halloween, because I don't just celebrate Halloween, I celebrate Samhain, and so we're basically celebrating the Day of the Dead. And we do honorings for my grandparents and my kids' grandparents and all those that have passed away that we love. And we do an altar, we set pictures, we have conversation, we make a meal, and of course we trick-or-treat, dress up, make cookies, carve pumpkins, and have all kinds of fun. So I'll probably go live, but it will be different than our usual. Oh, awesome, Sherry. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so let's look at what time is it. What time is it on the thing? Because someone missed Haley says she missed the oils part. If someone can comment, where is the live at right now, at what mark, so that she can go back to this mark and check it out. Okay, let's see. Paul, where were you if you missed out on all the topics? Oh, you mean past lives? Well, you can always go back. They're still all there. Go to Celestial Guidance by BB, a psychic life coach, and on my page, all of them are there. Okay, guys? Thank you to whoever posted. Dan says, thank you. Born Latin says, foods, I'm ready. Bridget says, that's awesome. Chrissy says, Merry meet, Chrissy. Tiffany, Laura, awesome, guys. Thank you for doing that for our... Okay. Okay, guys, are we ready? Let's get into the foods. Make sure if stretch, those wrists. Get ready for more. Okay. So, I'll cover what we have to avoid, which is so small. I mean, so big and so small. But here we go. Fluoride, sodium fluoride. It is our biggest pineal gland enemy, the biggest. Okay, that and mercury. So, do you guys know where you have that, where that is found? I mean, it's pretty much everywhere, but I would like to hear you guys mention, where have you seen that? Where have you seen that has fluoride? Yes, we're gonna get into the food. Yummy, yummy. We're gonna be making food. You should come over. In toothpaste, Faith says toothpaste, that is correct. Now there is some toothpaste out there that does not have fluoride in it. It's more expensive, but there is some out there if you guys want to change. I believe Tom is one of the brands that doesn't have it. I actually make my toothpaste at home. Tap water is another huge one. Actually, you know what I learned? That Hitler actually used fluoride and added the sodium fluoride to the drinking water of the Jews. And when he was asked why he did that, he said that it was to keep them docile. Isn't that crazy? And it's in our water now. It's in our tap water now as it is. So, okay, well, come over, Jamie. I'll be expecting you. I'll private message you. So don't lie to me. All right, come over with all the kids. I am in Florida. So I will say that some tap water, depending on where you're located, has better filters than others. But generally speaking, tap water is one of those things you want to steer away from. They also, because it is in our tap water, they go ahead and they use, like, it comes out of our water hose, right? So it gets spread over the ground where the food is grown. So it actually gets absorbed by the fruits, vegetables that are grown. So it's also important that we try, if we can afford it, to eat organic. And if we can't, there's different things that we can do to try to minimize some of the damage. Like I know, for example, like apples, you can put them under warm water and the wax and all those extra chemicals will, you know, come off. So really wash your fruits very well before you eat them, and your vegetables as well. Let's see, what else? Anybody else? Any other place that you know it's at? That it's at? Okay, so how about the other thing? I have been in Florida and I wasn't aware of your presence being present anywhere. Well, now you know, Paul. I'm here. So other things that calcify our pineal gland is mercury. Okay, so where do we find mercury? Oh, waters. They said as far as waters, it says spring water and osmosis water. So those are the type of waters that we want to go for. I have no idea if my water's that or not. Probably not. Oh, this is purified. I think I'm covered. Thought I was covered. I hope I'm covered. Plastic bottles are not good, but I try at least to recycle. You know, just I do my part as much as I could. So mercury. Mercury is found in vaccines. Mercury is found in tooth fillings. There's some tooth fillings made out of mercury. Let me see what else. Let me see if I can see it here. Hey Google, skip. I don't remember. There was mercury and other things. I can't remember what. Do you guys know what else? Oh, seafood. Thank you. Thank you. Seafood. Certain seafood has mercury in it. Yeah, mercury is also in space, so let's avoid that. That was funny. Oh, goodness. So Tiffany says water and fish. Tuna. Yeah, definitely. Does fridge filtration eliminate fluoride? I don't know. That is a good question. Does someone want to Google that right now and comment? I don't think so, though. I mean, not unless it's a good filter. A filter is supposed to eliminate that, but it just depends on the filter. And I think like the refrigerator filters are not necessarily the best filters. But I know that there's some that are more high class, so they probably do. But if someone can Google that right now and give us some feedback, that'd be awesome. Okay? Let's see. All right, so other things that say to avoid: soda, alcohol, cigarettes, refined sugars. Now, obviously, we're all gonna have some kind of refined sugar, this and that, you know, but these are things that hurt our pineal gland. We want to have a nutritional diet that's going to help our spiritual growth. Okay, so some of the things that we can't take, let me highlight some of the stuff I already went through. Okay, so some of the things that we can take to remove mercury from our system. I thought this was really cool because in like my case, I didn't vaccinate my son or my daughter, and then until my son was like 11 years old, and they're like, well, we're not going to see him because he has ADHD. Like, we're not going to see him unless he has all his vaccinations, and his insurance only had like would only use this one doctor, so I couldn't go to somebody else. So I was like, screw it. So I vaccinated him, and then I started doing things through essential oils and herbs to cleanse him and remove those toxins from the vaccines, to kind of like, I did it, but I didn't do it. Basically, well, at least I tried. So here's some of the things I learned. To remove mercury, you can take in regularly cilantro, so eat it regularly. You can take chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, and in general organic foods. Okay, these are like, I know spirulina is an algae. I haven't had chlorella, and I know I've had wheatgrass before. Spirulina is hard to find, so I take that in capsules. Gloria says she just Googled it. It says there are some listed that do remove sodium fluoride or claim to. Okay, see, so I guess there are some that do and some that don't. Other things, let me know if I'm going too fast for you guys. I'll slow down to give you some of this information. Yes, vegetables, organic foods in general, like you know, and even if not organic, like it's so important that we eat right. And vegetables and fruits are a huge source. Okay, so some of the things that will help decalcify your pineal gland. All right, here we go. Watercress. Give you a second to write that down. Watercress. Pineapple. Coconut, and more so it's the coconut water because of the electrolytes that are in it. Bananas, avocados, and basically mainly any plant-based food. Okay, good, I'm glad. Okay, I got some techniques for you that I've learned. That's really cool. Raw cocoa, so the one that tastes like crap, that's the one that's good for you. It's the truth. Fermented liver oil, someone suggested that. I don't know, that sounds icky, so I would research that before I would go into that. So that's some of the foods. And let me see, is there anything else here that I didn't discuss that I want to discuss? No. Okay, so now, oh, and then Persian silk tree. So Persian silk tree, I believe, is a flower. You can go to Amazon, and I believe they have capsule pills on that, and or like the tea leaves or something, because I know that you can take it as a tea. Okay, and then blue lotus flower, that also can be taken to help open up your third eye. Now I'm gonna show you guys about 2 different techniques that that really stood out to me. Oh, one main advice is to get your body alkaline. Okay, so I've heard about pH, like higher pH water helps that. I see. Okay, so here is a physical activity, and then I'm going to give you a mental activity. This one I thought was super cool. It has been done by Hindus forever, for centuries. It's something that it's part of their tradition, and I thought was really, really cool, and I'm definitely going to do it myself. If you guys want, let me know, comment below, and I will do it live with you guys. As like example. So here it is. So I'm sure you guys have heard of turmeric, right? Oh, lemon water and honey. That's good for our getting your body alkaline. I know that one. I remember that one. Woo woo. Thanks, Diana, for sharing. See, this is why we're a team. We all work together to share information. Hey, Michael. Decalcified, it means that it breaks it down. So when it like calcifies it, it's like it becomes hard and it stops working and functioning properly. So when it decalcifies, it's like it breaks that down and you're able to actually make better connections. That's what that means. I was trying to figure out what I said. Okay. It's not merciful on taste buds. Well, turmeric, it doesn't have to be eaten. How about that? Let me show you. So here's what they do. Okay, so they form it into a paste. So they buy the powder and I guess they add some water. You can look it up how to turn it into a paste. Can't be that difficult. And what they do is, what you see that dot that they have here? That is turmeric paste. Like when they actually not when they have it all pretty, but like when you see like it looks like something pasty, that's what it is. And Hindus do that. And I forgot what the other religion is. Is SH, someone help me here. Can't remember. It starts with an SH. And so anyhow, they put it here, and what it does, it penetrates into the skin, into the body, and it helps open up the third eye. Isn't that crazy? Like you would just put it there and it'd help. Also what they do is right before bed, they rub it on their forehead from one area to the other, and they envision like they're polishing their pineal gland, and they're, just rubbing this turmeric, and they sleep with it, and it absorbs into the body, and it helps open up your third eye. So here's the cool thing about it. They actually said if you do this 20 to 30 days, it will detoxify your body. So not just your pineal gland, but your body. I mean, what? I'm honestly like really excited to try this. I'm gonna let you guys know when I start. I'm kind of like worried that's gonna stain my bed sheets. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'll let you guys know how it goes, and then maybe you guys want to do it too. We can all do it and see how it goes. But that's pretty cool. Let's see. It says turmeric, placing it on the third eye helps cleanse and awaken your third eye. Place turmeric across your forehead when you're sleeping. That's how they do it in Hinduism. And it says, as you apply it, bring your attention to it as if you're polishing. Do this for 20 to 30 days and it will detoxify your body. That was so cool. And the activity that I found that, you know what, I totally resonate with this and I want to share this. So this is going to be the last part of the third eye talk, and then I'm opening it up for questions about the moon, the third eye, or anything else. For, let's see what time it is. Okay, for about 15 minutes. And then I'll get off so I can prepare to go live tonight to do readings for you guys. Oh yeah, I guess that's a good idea, right? A hairband? I didn't even think of that. I don't even own a hairband. I would probably try like to tie 2 socks together and then tie it, and I'll be like Rambo or something. I don't know. I don't own like headband or anything. This is all like I own. Hair clips like this. Barely even use any kind of hair ties or anything. You know, I just wing it. Oh, my hair is like lumpy now. Mira para eso. It looks beautiful, right? Let's try this. I mean, let's see if this works. Okay, that's better. Okay, good. Anyway, the exercise. Okay. So guys, most about what we have learned in school is bullshit. Yeah. When we've been learning about government and history and all this stuff, we're literally learning about others people's story. It's literally his story, you know, and we're learning about what this person claims to have happened. And then you go to learn about what other countries say actually happened, and it contradicts what we say happened. And the main thing that this person was saying that I'm like totally agree with, and that I really urge everybody to do, which is why I love Edge of Wonder, why I encourage everybody to watch it, because you question everything. Question everything. Whether you agree or disagree with what information you're getting from me or from somebody else, research it. Find out what your story is. Not what his story is, but what your story is. What are you about? What is your life about? Where do you want to go with this? Okay, and that's actually something that I focus on when I'm teaching my Wicca classes, my spiritual classes, where they're one-on-one, is about you. It's about your personal connection with who you are. Who are you? How do you connect to who you are? How about the earth? How do you connect to this earth? You know, how do you connect to your deity? Always research. You know, even for myself, say for example, I find something and I'm like, that makes sense. I agree with that. Then I go and I Google, why is this not true? And I see the other side, so that way I can get the full picture. And I question everything. I research everything. I'm always researching. I don't even have to research things that, oh goodness, guys, I research things from religion. I research psychology. I research geology. I research history. And when I research history, I make sure that I'm getting it from other countries and from our country. I'm looking at geological proof of what is being said. I'm looking at all the sides of the situation. And then I make my story based on what makes sense to me, based on all the information given. So you want to open up your third eye? Start by not allowing the television as, I watch this guy on YouTube, Infinite Waters. He says, television is telling lies to your vision. That's what television does. It tells lies through vision, what you see. Okay? So don't let the television to tell lies through your vision. Don't let that happen. Don't let what the news says, what the media says, dictate what you believe and how you feel about it. Okay? Again, his story. The television are going to tell you their viewpoint of the story. It may not even be really their viewpoint, but it's what gets the media going. It's what gets people liking. And that's not where we should be going. Okay? We should be figuring out our own journey here. It's about us. I have a TV and I don't have cable or anything. I have Netflix and that's about it. I don't allow things I take everything as, that's interesting. Okay. And I just take it in. I just take it in. I don't agree or disagree. I just take it in. And by just taking it in, then I can step aside and analyze the situation and go, what do I think about that? How does that make me feel? Do I agree with that? Does that make logical sense to me? Do I feel there's a motive behind that? I make sure that I am walking down my path, my story. And I don't care about what his story is. I want to know what my story is. And when I don't know what my story is, I say, Jesus, what do I do? Angels? Spirit guides? And then you know what I do? I just let it happen. And I trust the path. I've been saying this lately to a lot of people. Trust the journey that you're in. Trust it. You have your spirit guides. You have your angels. They're there. Okay, just because we don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. It just means we don't have that 5D glasses that helps us see them. So, very important that we are open. We are open to the information that we get, and that we don't allow ourselves to let our words that others say control how we feel. We have to take it as a grain of salt. Observe and logically decide, how does that make me feel? And why does that make me feel that way? And then go from there. So then that you are living the life that is right for you, not the life that your mother wants you to live, that your boyfriend wants you to live, that your kids want you to live, that your friends want you to live. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave it. And if it resonates with you, go with it. I'm not for everybody. And I don't expect to be for everybody. You're not going to be for everybody. And that's completely fine. Because we're not here to be for everybody. We're here to be for us. We're on our own journey to learn our own lessons, to have our own experiences, so that when we pass, we have something to look back at. You know, let your actions be guided by your internal ethics, your internal morals. The reason I consider Wicca to be my path is not because I got this and I am conforming myself to that belief. No, I'm Wiccan, I am a witch, and I practice witchcraft. Yes, but I do that because it's who I am. It is my journey, right? And they just happen to coincide with who I am. If you're in this for spell work and magic and creation, but you're leaving aside the spiritual side of it, you're leaving outside the connection to self, the earth, deity. If you're leaving out connection, you're not doing anything to benefit yourself. It's just a craft. It's just magic. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's absolutely fine to just have the craft. It's amazing. It's an incredible thing to experience. But what's really powerful is your connection with yourself, your surrounding nature, and your own deity. So how to open up your third eye? Be open as a person. Be open mentally. And don't let yourself be brainwashed, programmed, as someone said earlier, by what the media, by what the TVs want you to see. Okay? Elections are coming up. I'm not going to get to it because I don't like it. But I'm going to say one thing. Elections are coming up. Instead of seeing, okay, this person said that, this person did this. Don't look at that. Look at the individual and say, what did this person do? What did they not do? What do they stand for? Who are they as a person? And then choose who you wish to vote for based on that. Not based on who's pointing fingers at who and saying, he did this, she did that, da 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 da. Don't go what people say, because a lot of people are just going by what you see in the media. Do your own research. And if you don't have time to do your own research, I don't know, ask a friend. But when you're busy making your judgments based on other people's judgments rather than your own research, it's no longer your opinions. It's false. Whether the information is accurate or not, it's still false. A false opinion. It's not yours. You're taking his story and creating it as yours. It's not your story, it's his story. Create your own story. So that's all I'm going to say about the third eye, the pineal gland, about the full moon. We'll see how much time I have. I want to open it for, I got a few more minutes. I'm going to open it to questions about anything in relation to spirituality, paganism, witchcraft, or Wicca, or myself. You can ask me anything you want. I'm an open book. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I definitely did. I feel like this was like my best like live ever. Maybe it wasn't, but for me it feels like my best. I got to share something so personal, so awesome with you guys. I made sure to eat, so I have plenty of energy. And you know, I feel like we had a great dialogue. This was great. I'm sorry that it got shared in the wrong place. Oops, you know, can't help that. So yeah, let's see what comments I have for right now, because I didn't get a chance to read them all. Okay, let's see. All right. All right. Da 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 da. Okay, so Paul says, I'll come by your reading. Yes, I'll start probably, being that we took so long with this one, I'll probably start it closer to 7:30, because after this, I'm going to go for a good walk, ground myself, connect with nature again, eat. Very important. If I don't eat, I'm not here. And I'm so sorry. That's what happened last time that I was live. I just wasn't here because I didn't eat. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm human. That's all there is to it. And it's something that I learned actually being sick this past week. You know, I'm doing these live videos, and you know, you're always concerned. Are you upholding the image? You know, you want to make sure that you don't disappoint people and that you're coming across good, I guess. And then I couldn't do it. I tried so hard to come live last week. I really tried. I meditated, I grounded, I recharged, I did everything I could, and I just wasn't there. And it took me, this happened to me on Tuesday, and it took me all the way to Saturday to feel better. And I had so much support, so many people going, you know, it's okay, don't worry about it, we'll be here, thank you for, you know, coming, like, you know, thank you for what you do. And I was like, whoa, I don't have to try to be a certain image. I just have to be real. It's okay to be sick if I'm sick. It's okay to be happy if I'm happy. It's okay to be tired if I'm tired. It's okay to say, hey, I can't do this tonight. You know, I love you guys, but I can't do this tonight. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I really didn't. I was like, oh man, I'm going to lose views. I'm going to lose people. And I'm trying to build my business. I can't afford to lose people. I need to be there. And then I'm like, but what service am I doing for you guys? Or am I doing for myself if I'm not really there? You know, I can't do that. I don't think it's right. And you guys taught me that it's okay to continue to be me and to speak out there, completely open book, completely honest, and that you guys will understand that I'm not some kind of like guru, or I don't know, like I'm just me. I'm humanly me. You know? So I do want to stop and say thank you for all the support that I have gotten. I really do appreciate you guys. All right, I'm sorry. Back to this. Gloria says, speak it, sister. Haley says, bandana. I don't even, you know what? Those are like $1. I'm going to go get a bandana. I think that's going to be the best bet. Diana says, history is what they want you to believe happened. Yeah, they lie so much to us. It's crazy. It really is so crazy. The more research I do and the more I learn, guys, I'm like, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And if it wasn't, I'm just being completely honest, if it wasn't because I'm a psychic and I've gotten information psychically that I never knew and then found out that it was real, that it actually, these things actually happen, I wouldn't even believe it. Like, I never considered myself a conspiracy theorist. I still don't. But things that are considered conspiracies, a lot of them actually have proof. They do. There's things to back up the information. But we just have been taught to not. We have been taught to not believe it. Oh, it's too outrageous. It can't possibly be true. Well, if you do your research, you'll find out that there's actually proof. Like aliens. There's proof, guys. There's proof. There is so much proof out there. All you have to do is look it up. There's so many testimonies. There's so much proof. Yet the government hasn't said, oh, there's aliens. So now people go, oh, there's no aliens. Yes, guys, there's aliens. Do your research. They're real. Okay? We're not the only little things in this entire universe and the multiple gazillion, bazillion numbers of universes that are out there. We're not. I know we're not made by chance, but we're not the only ones. So, do your research. Okay, bye. All right, back. Chrissy says, preach. Haley said, gives me hearts. Luke says, you're so right. Michael says, does marijuana block the pineal gland? I don't think so, but I don't know. But I definitely don't think so. As a matter of fact, if I had to take a guess, I would say no, it opens it. If anything, I would say it opens it because when I'm having a hard time, I'll take a hit and that'll help my brain relax and I'll be able to just allow the information to move through more freely. So if I have to answer that, I would say, if anything, it enhances. All right. Robert says, don't get programmed. Born Latin says, dale. Hi, Lexus. Jerry, welcome. Hey, Sue. Sue says, so true. That's why I don't watch TV. Chris says, Netflix and YouTube, that's it. YouTube is so much information, guys. Really, so much information. That's like a whole bunch of books. And don't forget there's a library. There's actual books out there that we should be reading. Jamie says, you're so right. Sherry says, I don't know who I am. I'm lost and I need to find myself. I don't watch bad stuff. Fear. Thank you, BB. You're welcome, love. No, I'm not doing herbs tonight. I'm still trying to see which of the two I'm going to be doing first, whether it's going to be herbs or if I'm going to be living a life of awareness. Based on what people want is what I'll do. But so far herbs is winning. So, but it will probably be November before I start. For sure, at least mid-November before I start. I want to get more background on what people want before I get started. Hey, Zachary. Born Latina says, can't channel when you're overly stimulated. Oh my God, that is so true. That is so true. And to be honest, guys, it has taken me so long to quiet my brain every time. This was me like forever since I was a teenager trying to meditate. Like, I would be like, okay, relax. And then a little voice in my head would be like, why are you trying to relax? And then another little voice in my head would start saying, hey, she's trying to relax, stop talking. And then the other little voice said, but I'm just trying to figure it out. And then the other little voice started talking. And so then I have like 4, 5, 6 different voices. All things are going on. And it's just like, I can't quiet my brain. The more I tried, the worse it was. The worse it was. So actually marijuana helped me calm down that inner dialogue. And then I learned other tricks after that, and I don't do it as much now. I only do it when I really feel the need to. But yes, you can't channel when you're overly stimulated. At least for me, it's, girl, you're preaching to the choir. It's too hard. You're welcome, Jamie. Sue says, so much negativity on the news. Only. That's all they ever do. It's like 1 happy news versus 10 bad news. Like, my mother lives paranoid. I bet all of our parents live paranoid when they watch the news. And it says, hello. Core values. But says, born Latina. Paul says, I want to learn the bonding of my connections to what can impact my well-being and get an understanding about how an energy form light can create change. What force of powers it sends to help us reach. Oh, this looks like a whole topic. Yeah, that's a whole topic on its own. Sherry says, in life, you are who you are. Let no one tell you different. We are all one. We all have a heart. Paul says, I like gaining knowledge based on how things work and what creates power. Sherry says, awesome. Sue says, yes, I did. Thank you. Diane says, very good. Thank you so much. Paul, like, I know the power of energy is so intense and overwhelming in a good way when you look into the flame and try to understand its force. Paul, we'll definitely have to have some talks together. Gloria says, this was such a beautiful live, BB. It was wonderful. I'm glad you enjoy it, Gloria. Jimmy says, you're looking great, BB. I thoroughly enjoyed needed this. Thank you, miss you. Thank you. This was my first time. It won't be my last. Awesome. I can't wait to have you here more often. It's every Wednesday. Every Wednesday I go live. You know, if I'm not live, it's because life has happened. But for the most part, this is like, it's on my books. It's scheduled that every Wednesday, this is what I do. Robert says, like your style, keep it up. Thank you. Chris says, you're all right in my books, BB. Sorry, that was exciting. Gloria says, yes, rest a little. Diana says, this was my first time viewing you, so thank you. Oh, that's so awesome. And you participated too. Thank you for participating. I love it. Hippie Queen says, what does it sound like when you get messages for people you're doing readings for? So it's literally voices. This literally, I just hear talking. It doesn't have a particular, it comes in as my own thoughts, but I know they're not my thoughts. At first I didn't trust that, but now I know for a fact that is not my thoughts. Like, I understand, because the way they talk to me, it's like, she's this, da 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 da, or, I'll tell her, so on. So I don't think like that. That's not the way I think. So when they talk to me like that, I know that it is them talking. Sometimes when it's an angelic presence, they're not talking, but I can feel their presence. I hear a beep. I hear like, and whenever that happens, I just stop. And I just take it in and I accept it as a download. I don't really know what's going on, but I can feel that it's an angelic energy. And so again, I just trust the process. I don't have to understand it. I don't have to know it. I just have to trust the process and know that my angels, my guides, Jesus is guiding me, Gaia is guiding me the path that I should be taking. And I trust them. I ask them to intervene. I ask them for their guidance. And now I'm not going to get in their way. And us humans, we do that a lot. We get in our own way. We think we know more than the teachers. Just like our children think they know more than us. We think we know more than them, than our angels and our spirit guides. And we try to take care of things ourselves as humans. And we don't realize. We just don't know. We don't realize. We just don't remember. And we have to trust the process, guys. All right, Gloria says, your beautiful light and love is what draws people in. Oh. Gosh. Thank you, Michael. Haley says, yes, bandana, they're so cheap and you cut it corner to corner when you got 2 bandanas at one price. True. Next time I'm going to show my bandana. I'll take a picture and post it. But I also have to buy turmeric. I don't think I have turmeric anymore. Yeah, I think I gave it to my mom because she was in pain and it's supposed to help with swelling. Malaya says, hi there, Crystal. How do you protect yourself from other energies when you're out and about? I get so drained at work from other people. Before, what I do, I don't do this as much because I'm just really good at shutting it off. But if I'm gonna go somewhere where I know that there's people that emotionally drain me or mentally drain me, I bubble myself. And I set the intention that nothing but love and light can get through this. And I visualize it like being like an actual block, like you can't get through. Only love that is light enough can get through. Love and joy. Heavier densities are not welcomed in. And I really pretty much, I stand my ground. I stand in my own power, and I'm like, no, this is what I will allow, and nothing else that I don't allow will be allowed in here. And this is my bubble. This is my personal space. I teach my children to do the same thing. I find that to be so important. So that's something that I do. If you come back home and you feel this drain, like, you know, literally like shaking it off, like off your body, like as if it was a physical thing, like manually doing it, shake it off stomp my feet, just like really trying to remove it, you know. That's how I do it. Let's see other things. I go and I find a patch of dirt and I put my feet in it, or I take a walk without shoes. I hug a tree and I ask Gaia to take all that does not serve me. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it helps. I guess I'm a tree hugger. And then I ask Jesus to light his golden light over me and cleanse me with his energy of the sun, and literally feel the sun wash through me. Like it's, the healing is coming through, the positive energy is coming through, and as it's coming through, is pushing out all that does not serve me. And I ask Gaia to take it from the ground, like draw it from my feet, draw it from my hands, remove it from within me. Chrissy says, yep. Jamie says, love it. I hope that answered your question, Crystal. Antonio says, he's waving. So let's wave. Love and light, honey. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna leave you on powerful phrase I put together. Power of alter ego is never merciful unless it desires to be out of its own will. I'm gonna read that back to myself later. Sherry says, I don't listen to stuff like that because too much fear. I want is a natural psychedelic. Yes. Paul says, I want to learn the bonding of the connections can impact my will. Okay, that we already went through that. Flower of life. Tell me more. What do you mean flower of life? Question mark. This is for Christy. Paul says, I like the views you cast out. I'm glad you do that. Just being me. Very eye-opening mystery you reveal. I love your course. Your passion travels on. Look at you smile. Ariaman says, should we burn witches like before? I would say no. Why would we? So Raymond, he says, you believe in Jesus and not devil worship. Neither do I. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, and that doesn't mean that there's not people out there who are worshiping a Lucifer. They are. There are people out there that consider themselves witches, and they do evil, and they do worship a devil. I don't, but I can't speak for them. So if that's pretty much all I can say about that, love. Okay. He says the devil misleads you. He wants you to fail. What's wrong with Jesus? Nothing's wrong with Jesus. So Diana says, exactly, I invoke the diamond protection shield around me. Oh, okay, so like, that's great. Absolutely nothing. Nothing is wrong with following Jesus. As a matter of fact, Raymond, if you're following Jesus, I hope that your goal is to be exactly like him and follow down his path and try to live your life in a manner where you are conducting yourself in the same way that Jesus carried himself. Okay? With the same judgment mentality that he carried himself. And guess what? He was non-judgmental. So, if you're a Christian and you follow Jesus, I commend you for it. And I feel that you should continue. And I feel that it is a great thing. And I think that focus your intentions on being like Christ. Okay? I don't have an issue with Christianity. I have an issue with the way religion is making things to be. Because whether you believe that he's God, an ascending master, or just a person who existed at some point, or a fictional character, regardless of how you view him, if you look at who he is, he's a pretty cool dude. He is the type of person that people should aim to be like. You know, he was helpful, he was caring, he was non-judgmental, he was, you know, he cared about others, he tried to help others, he tried to guide others down an enlightenment path. So, I see nothing wrong with it. Okay, Crystal has some comments for him. Okay. So that's a PM me if you want to discuss it. Oh, I welcome it. I have no issues with talking as long as the conversation can stay civil. I have no problem talking with you, Raymond, privately. Natalie says we should burn a lot of things. Okay. 14:14. Okay, I'll go read it. Actually, I can read it now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I have a book. I have my Bible next to me. Sherry says, hi, taking the dog out, so you helped me. I've learned a lot. Thank you. See you later. Bye. No way. Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about, Raymond. Claire says, why don't you follow your own faith and not throw stones at people? By the way, I'm reporting you for harassment. Oh, gosh. Do you guys feel he's harassing? Okay. Krista says, yes, thank you for that. I appreciate it. We should be able to discuss it now, not in the shadows like your Satan God. Oh, my Satan God. Oh, I have Jesus right there. So you just called Jesus Satan? Shame on you, Raymond. How dare you call Jesus Satan? Shame, shame, shame. All right, Chrissy says, I was answering Paul. Okay. Natalie says, anyone have any tape? Okay. Then what switches? What do you do? No, you blah, blah, blah. Okay, I see why you guys are saying he's harassing. That's right, Diana. Jesus did teach love. You know, guys, he's trying. Give him some credit. He's trying. He was a healer. He helped people. He learned everything that God said not to learn, to help those in need. Everyone knows about witchcraft. Everyone knows about black magic. Then explain witchcraft and its purposes. Watch my live videos. I explain it in several videos. I believe in your God and all gods except I don't believe in Satan, nor do I worship Satan. I respect Christians and Christianity, and I think you should respect others' faith as well. See, what's happened is that Raymond doesn't actually have knowledge. And when you don't understand, when you haven't done your own research, you believe blindly what people tell you. Remember, guys, what I just talked about, the programming? That's the kind of stuff that happens. Got to be open, got to do your own research, okay? And then make up your own mind. But look at all sides. Okay, Paul says it shouldn't be about power of religion, but in movement of the worship who you're comfortable to accept. True. Raymond, you were asked to PM BB instead of several messages, flooding the chat. Guys, you know, if you're bothered by it, you're welcome to blog. I don't mind it, but if it bothers you, it's okay. Let's see. All right, so I see here that we're done. We've been on this live for, let's see how long. I don't know. How long have we been on here? Can someone tell me how long we've been on here? Okay. Meanwhile, I'll read this message. It says, I like how you said that the more you tried to meditate, the harder it got. I too, before I slept, I try and meditate, and the same thing. Funny experience I had one night a few years ago. I was laying down and... Oh, where did it go? Oh, 2 hours. Guys, we've been here forever. All right. So after this, I'll go ahead and end. So she's saying the most beautiful feeling. Okay. Funny experience I had one night a few years ago. I was laying down and I was blank. I was weirded out that I couldn't think of anything before bed. So I just lay there without a thought, and the most amazing thing happened to me. The most beautiful feeling I have ever felt. An astral projected. It was so crazy, but too long to explain. A small experience. Is that ever a topic you will go into? Yes, it is. And guys, if you have a subject you guys want me to discuss, please post it, and we can definitely discuss it on a future live, okay? I want to do this as often as possible. All right. Raymond, I have explained before, if you're actually interested in learning, watch other lives where I do explain it. I've been on for 2 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and be getting off. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, I can't control how you feel. Okay, Gloria, Wiccan witches are not evil or evil. Your ignorance is just so annoying. Why don't you open a book or go to a library actually research? Okay, guys, let's be nice to each other. First time here. Thanks for your knowledge. See you soon. Oh, thank you, Sue, and you participated so much. Thank you. I love it. Love you. Look forward to seeing you again. Sorry, guys. Raymond, you're annoying people. I'm sorry. Hey, like I said, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it privately, obviously. Nobody wants to hear your comments. I can't help that. Educate yourself so that you don't come across so ignorant to everybody else. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to go ahead and go. But I'd send you guys lots of love. I'm probably going to take 2 hours before I come back on so I can, you know, reground, recharge, and be ready to do some live readings. All right? Lots of love. I hope to see you guys in 2 hours. Okay? Bye. Okay, and